In the last 30 days, I over doubled my followers on Instagram, started hundreds of conversations with my ideal buyers, and have booked a minimum of 3 to 4 qualified calls per day. All because I understood the fundamentals of content. I didn't fall for the lies of more volume, posting more. I understood that the people who are doing the best knew why the videos would perform, and that is how they actually got them to perform. Volume does not work. And what I'm about to show you is actually a call where I was teaching coaches that are making minimum 10 to 50K per month. People who already understand content, breaking down how to do it even better and how you can do the exact same thing to your business to scale to multiple 5 figures per month. So get ready for the call recording. It's sauce, take notes, and I hope you enjoy. Kind of some content that I had recently do very well. Content was like my weak point until very recently. But over the past 3 weeks, I've over doubled my followers, gained around like 12K new ones, and we've started hundreds of qualified conversations in just the past few days. So I'm going to walk through kind of like what really like shifted for me. And then we're just all going to kind of share stuff and go over whatever. So I can start. Let me make sure that no one else is joining in. I can start, but okay. I'm going to share my screen real quick and show you my Instagram.
You said 12,000 followers in the last month?
And last like 3 weeks. Oh, now it's almost at 13 today.
That's
Again, like 600 yesterday. Okay. Can you all see the
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, literally just 3 weeks ago, I actually lost followers. It dropped down to like 9.5 followers or 9.5 thousand. And like followers and content was my weak point for sure. I was kind of in the boat where like I didn't have like a format that was really working for me, right? Like I was testing, and I never really found anything. And it took me having a call with Sue, Andrew, Kim, and another coach to really break my limiting belief, because my content was far too specific to my ICP. So I think that's like the two sides of the spectrum. Like some people are way too specific. Some people are like way too not specific, but I was extremely specific. In almost every video I had, I was talking in some way like about like specifically who I work with. I work with fitness coaches, and my content was just like extremely like hyper focused, where I would literally bring them up every single time. And even when I tried to do like a more top of funnel, because like back here, I would try to do like a more top of funnel video, it would still get like no views because it was still too specific. So the biggest thing that I did, there was a couple different takeaways that I had, but one of the biggest one that immediately got me a 2.8 million view video, and then 40K, and then 41K, and now 80K, and it started hundreds of qualified followers, was two thought processes. The first one was simply just, how can I take a video idea that I know my ICP will relate with, and how can I broaden it so much to the point where like I have a much wider audience to relate to it, but they still will. And then in the videos, I had like kind of a thought process of getting more specific as the video went on. And every single time I did it, it just continually brought me like highly qualified leads. Where if I go through here, you can see like these are like fitness coaches and like tons of people, right? And we got over 700 comments on this video. Or I responded to them with many chats. So like 300, 400 conversations. And now the DMs are just full of like fitness coaches. So I'm going to walk through like the actual video example so you can see. I don't know if you guys have seen this video, but let me show you. Reels get you views, transformations build trust, and education gets you leads. Hooks get you views, proof builds trust, and a CTA gets you leads. Trends get you views, belief shifting content builds trust, and positioning gets you leads. Your content gets you views, your profile builds trust, and your stories get you leads. Now, if you want a full breakdown on how you can actually use what we went through and make a ton of money with your content, comment inputs. Okay, so this is this one, and then the one that I got 21 is a very similar style. Let me show you this quick. Act broke, eat boring foods, drink a gallon of water a day. If you can't buy it twice, don't buy it. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Schedule your day the night before. Do something hard every morning. Go to the gym daily. Read 10 pages daily. Date to marry. Stop doom scrolling. Learn sales. Learn marketing. Stop taking poor people's advice. Drink caffeine before you work. Practice delayed gratification daily. If you have a skill, teach it. Build proof before you build a product. Your phone is a tool, not entertainment. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself until you get to where you want to be. So both of these videos are obviously like, they're built for engagement, right? They're built to get an insane amount of people in, and they're both outliers from other people. So I wasn't doing an original idea, but I think with content, you shouldn't have original ideas until you have like formats that really work for you. And that was the problem that I was doing. Every single thing I was like ripping right from the dome, and I was focused so much on middle of funnel, always trying to shift beliefs, always trying to solve objections, speaks directly to my ICP. And that was a problem, right? Because when I was trying to speak to my ICP, like there's not enough of them that I had for followers, so I couldn't even do it. I was just shifting nobody's beliefs, right? So what I did with these videos that a lot of people don't do when they have like these high retention videos is I was extremely specific with the order in which I said everything. So I could have very well started this video and had random orders where I was like, learn sales, learn marketing, but I didn't. What I did is I started with higher TAM at the beginning of the video with a topic that they would still agree with, because like fitness coaches or coaches in general, they agree with the successful life, right? So I started with more high TAM parts that they're going to agree with at the beginning. And as the video went on, I got like much more hyper specific. So they would agree, they would keep agreeing. And if they agree with the first ones, they're going to subconsciously agree with the video. And I just at the end literally said, invest in yourself. So I had people reach out to me, fitness coaches reach out to me saying, I agreed with everything. And by the end, you said, learn sales, learn marketing, invest in yourself. And we booked calls. So it's these little like subtle things of being extremely intentional. And I talked about this with my clients too, like being so hyper intentional with not just like what you say in the video, but like what I got to add someone in, but what the video like actually, like every little part of it. So even down to the look. So I intentionally like wore a hoodie in this video. I intentionally had the watch out because the video was intentionally supposed to be like extremely like casual. And I actually had my client say this. I had my client River say he likes this video because it was like, it's like casual, but you're showing knowledge. And it's the same thing in this one. At the start of the video, I started with things people know, right? Where it's like reels get you views, transformations build trust, and education gets you leads, because this is what most fitness coaches think, right? Most like fitness coaches or most coaches when they start, this is the most surface level, broad thing that you learn. So they're going to recognize it. I'm not instantly giving them new information. I then say hook gets you views, proof builds trust, CTA gets you leads. Something where it's a little more like slightly more niche, but they're still going to kind of understand. And then I change it right into stuff that they haven't heard unless they're really into it. Trends get you views, belief shifting content builds trust, and positioning gets you leads. Now it's at parts where they don't know how to do it. So as the video goes on, I'm saying things they agree with at the start so that the retention stays high, right? I think on this one, it's like 25% of people watched it multiple times. Same with the this one right here. It's like 22% watched it like 2 times minimum. It has an insane retention. It's like almost a straight line. And then as the video goes on, as I say, like it's being intentional with the order in which you say it, because even when you have videos like this format, it's still a script. You know what I mean? You still have to start it with a hook, with something that builds curiosity, with something that they recognize, because like confusion just creates churn. They're just going to leave. And that's the problem that I had before. I wasn't structuring them properly. And that's why I was able to rip the format 2 more times and get again like 40K and 50K. And like those are minimum 10x outliers for me. But that literally over doubled my followers, and we started hundreds of ICP conversations. Like I would recommend all of you run one of these list style videos with a call to action, and then it actually goes to a YouTube video where I break down like basically my entire offer. I break down but I break it down in value. So I'm like teaching it to them. And the amount of people that came back and straight up just watched the video, came back and sent me my keyword to book in a call was insane. Like, it was insane. It's the most people we've ever had in a day. I think it was like, we sent them out, and booking calls was our issue because of content. We sent it out, and I booked 12 calls the same day that I posted this. They went to watch the video, came back. I pitched 6 more. I had 3 people straight up book from the YouTube video, like qualified people. And now we're taking the calls all throughout the week. But so far from the calls we actually took, it's 100% close rate. Simply from the process of sending them to the YouTube, like a highly informational YouTube, and we're getting highly qualified leads, and then we just close them right there on the call. Does anyone have kind of any questions on the video? Or like how I found it or anything? Because this is an outlier, like I said, not from me. Let me go back to the actual call.
So like with this one, did you, what was your kind of like research behind it before you obviously found the format that you wanted to try like this?
What was my what?
The research process behind it.
So that video was actually sent to me by a client. I think one of the best, like, he sent me it and told me, like, I like this video, you should rip it. And I've been working with my clients, and I show them, I do the exact same thing for them. And because I do the exact same thing for them and I send them videos, I've kind of like taught them to do the exact same, right? Because like, why would you go to anyone else? Why would you go to anyone else for it? So multiple of the videos that I've had go viral came directly from my clients. I'll send my clients videos. I audit all of my clients' videos as well, and I tell them exactly like what's working on it, what's not. And I think that's why. I think I have the DM here. I want to show you. But he was like, you should rip this. And then I ripped it the next day, and then he tried and it didn't work. And he was so mad. I'm like, bro, it's because you were intentional. Let me see. This is a good ICP, bro. It's crazy work. But yeah, I think he literally just said, you should rip it. He said, rip this format. Next day I ripped it, and then it did well. But yeah, it was that. But typically what I do for the research process is I will have, just like a lot of people have, I have a second account on Instagram, account on YouTube. Oh, it all disappeared from me. Oh, and I just have it tailored to my to my ICP. I just only interact with people who are competition, and then I look for videos that are just outliers, and then I basically just look at every single part of it. I'm like, okay, like the hook, did it actually get me hooked? If it did, like what can I change it to? What can I say that they can't say? Right? And I think that's the biggest thing. Before, I wasn't learning any copywriting because I thought it was stupid. I wasn't like really being extremely intentional with like all these different things, because like I really like I watch Alex Ramosi, so I believe just like volume, you know what I mean? And I would just try ripping it through. But like as soon as I changed from volume to just like being extremely intentional and spending like way longer, because with double the thought process and double the like actual effort into a video, you typically get double the results. And I think people try and just do, okay, it's good enough, but like, why have it be good enough? So the thought process was always like, okay, I have this video, now how can I make the hook better? Okay, now how can I make this better? Until I literally could not make any part of it better, I'll then send them to my clients and split test with my clients. I'll send it to like our Discord, split test with my clients, and say, which video would you watch? Just on a poll. And then I know, like with actual insight behind it, which video is going to perform the best. Every single time, that's the video that performs the best. So I think like highly utilizing your clients like is going to be good. And if you actually have a good connection with them, like they're not going to care. Every single time they answer me, you know what I mean? And clearly they send me video ideas, so they don't mind. But it's because I do it for them too. Like we have a whole Miro where I'll sit down with clients, and because I want the same insight, I'll sit down with clients, and it's not even in my offer, but sometimes we'll plan out their content together and we'll find ideas together. It's just, I think those little things of just going above and beyond in some aspects that makes them do the exact same. And like, it gives you such an advantage because as soon as I started doing that, I literally doubled my followers because of it, and like got tons of more clients in. So I mean, for me, it was worth it. You know what I mean? But that's like mine. That's my big thing. The videos that are working for me very well right now are just the videos that are like keeping the crazy high retention, the list videos, but like specifically being specific with the order in which you put it. First things they agree with at the start, they recognize, and as the video gets on, get more specific to things they maybe don't recognize, and then just sending them to an extremely in-depth, valuable YouTube video. Then they've booked in. Like almost every conversation we've had so far has booked in. All right, does anyone have any questions on the video or insight to add or anything like that?
I've got a question based on the questions you ask your clients about the videos for you to double down. Like, what specific questions do you ask? Because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, what do you like about the video? Oh, it was valuable. Like, what do you know what I mean? It's like, do you ask them like specific questions about the video, what they might have liked about the video that you take into your next videos, or is it like a certain like question bank you kind of ask them and stuff like that? Obviously, I can tell that your relationship with your clients is pretty good, obviously due to the fact that they're giving you ideas and shit as well. But like, is there anything like specific that you'd be like, right, okay, cool, I'll ask these specific questions on the next call and I'll do that for my next video, or this is what they liked about it, I'll implement them exact answers into my next to make it viral?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty simple. I will find like a template, or I'll find like a an outlier or like a format or something I really like. I'll then basically just make rough drafts of it, like 4 rough drafts, whether it be with like a different title hook or a different verbal hook. And then I'll just send them all 4 of them and say, which one would you watch and why? And then they'll just be like, oh, this one, because it got straight to the point. Like, that's all the insight you need. You don't really need them to go more in depth. If they instantly can say, I would watch that video, and all of them say the same thing, then there's a reason they would all watch that video. And that's like typically enough to go off of, because like in the first place, you were never even going to. So you're already getting like so much more insight than you would be having. So like for me, 4 people who already bought from me, or like sometimes even more, but like I'll just send it to like a few, right? Send it to the like my dream clients, or I'll send it straight up to the group chat. But as soon as I get some at all, I just A/B split test it, and whichever one is the one that they choose most. I don't go crazy in depth. You don't need to.
What's the thing you said you do? You do 4 different variations and send all 4 off, right?
Yeah. So for example,
what do you mean by that? Have you got like an example of like the 4 different things you've made?
I can show you. I'll show you. Like, I'll explain what I mean. So this video right here, when I joined, this did surprisingly well, not for like likes, but for people actually DMing me, like coaches DMing me and be like, whoa, you still invest too, right? So what I did for this, I had this video. The video is the exact same, but well, I don't even need to play it. But the video is the exact same. All I changed is, let me change that face, the title hook. So I had like POV, you joined a 25K mentorship at 4 a.m. I had POV, you joined. I had like 4 different variations for this. Okay. All things that were like very different. And then I straight up just sent all 4 of them into like into our Discord and said, which one would stop you? And that's all I needed, because I knew that the video was what I want it to be like, right? But I didn't know if it would get people actually staying. So that's it. I literally just sent them in and said, which one would you watch and why? All 4 said they'd watch this one because it's short, straight to the point, and it like got them extremely curious. So that's when I posted.
All right, okay, cool. And what about like the list variations? Like, what kind of like variations you say? Which one would you watch and why for that?
This one, I just straight up did it myself. Whenever it comes to like list videos, I've never had one not perform extremely well. This is the most recent I just posted as well. But these I've just never had not perform well. I just know how to do them.
Yeah, all right, got it. Appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir. Bro, I actually, after I posted this, I had someone copy it word for word.
I've seen Hassan Hader does something similar as well. Do you know Hassan Hader?
I think I do.
Yeah, I've seen it from him first, like before everybody. But I don't really know.
Yeah. No, a lot of people have done it. But I did it, and I had someone send it to me, and I'm like, they were like, did you copy this person? But they literally, the day after I posted it, they copied mine word for word. Did not change a single thing. Same pauses and everything, bro. and it flopped terrible. It flopped so hard, bro. What can you do? All right, that's it for my. I don't really have any other like huge content insights, but like take use of your clients, like, but you have to give them a reason. If you're just always like me, like they're not gonna care. So you have to do it to them. The only reason they tell me this stuff is because I go above and beyond and look into their content and tell them what they can do differently, and I tell them the thought process behind mine, and that's why they do it for me too. So like, utilize your clients. It is literally your biggest leverage point in marketing that you could possibly have. Does anyone else want to go next, or does anyone else have any videos that they want to kind of break down or anything?
Why, I was gonna ask, you said two things. You said, you said one thing you made a shift in doing is how can I take a video where my ICP can relate, but then take it and make it broad? And then there's a second, you didn't say the second thing, or if that's the one that you had.
So I don't remember the exact point that I said that, but what I do is I will take a video that first I know that my ICP relates with, right? So for example, it was going to be like 22 rules for like, it was going to be more specific, like 22 rules to make money online or something like that. Because I knew that they would agree with that, they would watch that, but I figured like, why not make it more broad? So that's like the second part of it. And I just kept broadening it until I got to the point where I felt like it had a huge TAM and I could reach a ton of people, but they would still agree with it. And that's kind of where I got to the thing of 22 rules for success. Like if someone saw a video, 22 rules for success, they would have no idea I teach fitness coaches, or they would have no idea at all. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because the idea, it's like, it's top of funnel for a reason. You're not supposed to be getting clients with it. You're supposed to be like getting them in the door. And what was that? Someone said something.
Oh, I think I said right, but I don't know if that was my echo.
Oh, it was like so loud through my screen. It's like a random noise, but I'll just take it and then I'll just broaden it up, right? So the same thing with the like the ranking video or the tier list one. Like every single person in this program knows that like reels get you views, like transformations build trust, and like that's such a broad thing. Like everyone knows that. They're not learning anything there, but like because it's so broad, I'm gonna be getting the people who are absolute beginners who agree with it. So it's gonna like, they're gonna engage with the video, right, and save it. And then because my YouTube is dialed, they're going to become my ICP because they're gonna start making money and come straight back to me. That's happened like countless times. And then as the video goes on, I'm gonna be getting the people who are like better, right? I had people DM me as well. They're like, hey, I knew everything in your video, but I didn't know what you meant about like belief shifting content or like positioning, right? So that's what I mean by like, how can you make it more broad? And then as you go through the video, like taper it more specifically to them.
Yeah.
And that has worked so well.
Did you use OBS to split your screen? What did you split your screen with?
I'm not gonna lie, I made that video with like my camera and CapCut on my phone. I just made a tier list. I literally went on my phone because I'm like, I need to do this now.
Yeah.
And I looked up tier list and I screenshotted it. And then I just manually like went in CapCut and like move the pictures down like over and over.
Yeah.
I did
Okay,
it
cool.
quick. Yeah, I did it quick. I did not spend too much time on that video whatsoever.
Okay, bet.
I spent a lot of time like figuring out what I wanted to say, but actually recording it, I'm just like, I just need to do this right now. No, no
there's
edit or anything.
Yeah, there's one that's like really like I've seen both actually. Like now looking at my For You page, the one listing successful things, whatever, and then the tier list things. And then there's I was just gonna say there's one more that people are doing that's like, oh, it's like this or that. Don't do this. Do what's his name? I don't know if you know this is a black guy. He does content marketing, but he's like, don't do this. Use this instead. Don't use ChatGPT. Use Manus for your writing.
Like Brian Mark.
No, not him. I know who Brian Mark is.
Yeah.
But essentially, yeah, they're all doing like the same thing. And like June Woe, I think his name is. He's done one of those videos before. So I was just like, but it's like kind of just laziness, I think, because I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean? Because it's super easy. I'm like, what?
I think the biggest thing for me was like I needed to put my ego aside and start posting content I thought was stupid.
Yeah.
I never liked those videos, bro. I thought they were so stupid. Like the freaking, like the two comparison, bro. That's the stupidest thing in the world. But like, you're not in this because you're not an influencer. Like, you're a business owner. You got to post what you know you have to post. And I think that was like the thing. Like, I just had to kind of take the ego hit and be like, all right, I'm gonna post a freaking tier list video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I just kept doing it. And it's the same thing with my clients. Like, I'm like, you have to post what your audience wants to see. I mean, you're a fitness coach that works with 30-year-olds. You got to stop posting trending gym videos and start posting some videos of you talking about like shredding fat or something. Like, but like, that's the thing. It was just simply like putting my ego aside and realizing like it doesn't matter if I like it. Like, I'm not selling to myself.
Yeah.
And then I just did it. But yeah, I get what you mean. It definitely took me a bit to just like get over the fact and just make the video for sure.
Next is skits.
Yeah. It sucks making videos
No,
that
I'm
you
just
don't even
kidding.
like.
You know, because like Ava, I don't know if you know Ava, the content
Yeah.
market, like she does the skits and like it performs really well. But I'm like, bro, I'm not doing no skit. Like,
Right. Yeah, no, I get you 100%. I get you mean. But you
but
just
they
gotta
go
do it.
viral.
You just gotta do it. Like, would you rather make a video you don't like, or would you rather like not make a video or like not get paid? You know what I mean? So
I'd rather gain 12,000 followers in 3 weeks.
right, exactly. Does anyone else have any other videos? That was just like the only one that I really wanted to go over, because those like couple of videos like that gave me such a big insight on content.
I'm just curious on more how long you're actually going to keep ripping like this format for, because like, I never got anything planned in mind for next, because obviously you've got to keep up with it's going to last forever, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Right. I was thinking about that. So I asked Sue, and he said, rip it until it stops working. He literally just said, I want you to keep posting this until it stops working, so that like other people have done it, but if it's working for you, so that you become known for it. Because like if you become known for it, it'll never stop working. Right. And like I think that was like a good thought process as well, because when I posted it, I was like, okay, yeah, I posted it. Like, now what? Like, yeah, I can do it again, but like everyone's seen it. But he said like, yeah, but so what if everyone's seen it? Like, if everyone has seen it, that's a good thing, because now they're going to see it again. They're going to realize the last one was sauce. I want to watch this one too. So what I did is I made another one. Here, let me show you this. I made another one, but this one I made more specific. So this one I made more specific because I wanted to see how specific I could get, right? So I'm talking about like chasing views keeps you at 0, proof takes you to 10, up to like 30, right? Because I help fitness coaches like scale to like 30 plus from around like, I don't know, 3 to 10K. And from this, I had people DM me being like, oh, like what's an outlier? Like, how do you actually use outlier videos? Because like I talk about outlier brings you 30K, like, and people DM me from that. So I'm like, oh, more specific works too. So it's kind of like that trial and error. Like, if you have different kind of variations of it, like, why not post them all? You know what I mean? Like, over time, but why not post them all? Because now I have the insight. I know that like maybe that video was too specific because it only got 7,000 views instead of like 40K. So now I have that insight as well, where like I thought that one would be the one to perform, and it still got me DMs, but it didn't nearly give me the same. But I only would have known if I tried. So I'm gonna do it again, but more broad again.
Appreciate that, bro.
I have a question to pretty much piggyback off of that one. But
yeah.
Let's say even before you found this format that's working for you, or let's say it kind of dies down and then it's time to find a new format. Obviously, there's a million formats. Kind of like Kennedy said, like you could be doing Ava's skit thing or like the clone thing. Like, how do you know which one would kind of resonate with your audience rather than just trying them all and having 100 flop and maybe one works? You know?
Try them all, man. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I ask my clients. I straight up ask my clients. I'll go to them sometimes and I'll be like, would you watch this? And if they're like, no, I would never watch that, then I won't post it. And if they're like, I would absolutely watch that, then I will. I posted on my story one time, just like saying like a short story. and I had like 3 of my clients message me and be like, bro, you should make a video on that. So I made a video on that, posted it, and I had some people tell me it's their favorite video I've ever posted. It was like just talking about like my story or stuff like that. But it's because I built such a good relationship with my clients where they'll tell me this, right? Even if it's just like a few, like 3 here and there, they tell me, and that is huge. They're not just becoming a client and just like scrolling, right? They're like, oh, I like this video, I don't like this video. He's helped me out, so I'm gonna help him too.
Yeah,
You have to do that. But yeah, I just ask my clients, and I also just will try them all. It's like, why not? It's 100 videos, but like, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Bro, you know, you mentioned something about limiting beliefs at the start, and I'd love to get anyone else's advice on this as well, right? So just for some context, like I've been a content creator for like the last 5 years, and I've got a decent following across Instagram and TikTok, but it's always been educational content. So you know, that's just like my brand. That's like how I've like understood content on my pages, this and that. But then now it's like, obviously, you talked about being too ICP specific and like being you know, the other end of the spectrum as well. So I'm like trying to find that ground where I can do that. Would you say you had like, what were your limiting beliefs around that? That you had to like come almost?
I was all education as well. Every single video was like teaching a specific like thing or like information, like, and my like limiting belief was, I thought like if I wasn't speaking to my ICP, then I would just get in a whole bunch of like random followers, and that's not what I wanted, right? And I thought like if I was just doing like these crazy top funnel videos, like I didn't even understand like how I could do a top of funnel video. Like I was just like, I just don't even understand like how can I even do that? Like I have to talk to my ICP, you know what I mean? And that was kind of the problem that I was facing. And like it genuinely just took like Sue, Andrew, Kim, all of them to say like, you do not need to speak to them. Like you do not need to speak to them. You need to speak to more people because you will get a higher chance of getting them. And that's kind of where I had the thought process of, okay, then let me start with a video they'd like. And let me just broaden it up a bit, because now I know they're still going to like it. And every time I did that, as soon as I saw that it got me 10 times the ICP followers, I was just like, oh, like, I guess it does make sense. And that's kind of where I take them from here. I'm going to share my screen again. I'm not going to lie. That's again where as soon as I realized that, I literally built out a whole thing showing my thought process behind it, where I basically I studied which videos brought me in the most ICP leads, and I realized that none of them talked about fitness coaching. But I literally looked back and I looked at the followers, and none of them talked about fitness coaching. So I wrote out a whole thing, and I'm like, if my ideal follower is a coach, a fitness coach, and people who want to make money online, I need to make a broader ICP, because I would rather get 10% of the viewers be ICP, but get 100,000 views, than get 50% but 10,000 views. It was kind of just like that. I need to put in numbers, right? Because like for me, it's a lot about numbers. So I needed to see it. I'm like, okay, if I get 5 times less %, but the video performs 10 times better, then it doesn't matter. And that was kind of the thought process as well. And then I take them always from like the short form. Whenever I have a video that's like extremely high TAM, a lot of the time, I will always have a CTA to send to a YouTube video. So then the people who I do want, I can keep. So then I send YouTube videos. That one, I have a YouTube video literally going over to this that I send them to. And that's how in like the DMs, I have it set up where, I don't know, like it sends to the people. And I have ManyChat set up as well, so that I can get the people in. Bro, look at this. Wait, is this ManyChat message tough? Wait, this is what I say. I said, just saw you dropped a follow scrolling between my set. Figured I'd ask, well, how do you like the content?
Bro, I literally, the day that we linked up and got on a call, like I think your ManyChat sent me a message. That night, I stole the same message, sent it to someone who followed me, and I booked in a call with that stupid ass message. I was like, just saw people while I was scrolling, and like whatever. It was so stupid, but it just resonated so hard.
I know, bro. I know. I'll have people where sometimes I'll message them with this, bro. Why is it not switching over? I'll message with this, and they just answer. They just don't even know. You know what I mean? They just don't even know. Sometimes they'll be like look at this. This isn't what to do to be successful. Like some of these are stupid, obviously, right? Because I'm just getting a lot of random followers in as well. But like the ICP leads, I just move over immediately. Yeah, bro. I like that a lot. I literally changed it. I changed it to that not too long ago. And before that, it was like, yo, just saw this while doom scrolling or something. But everyone hates on ManyChat. I like it. I'm always on my phone, so I might as well have it message them, and then when they respond, I can just go and keep the conversation going. I don't know. I like it. Let me stop sharing this up. Wait, actually, I want to show you something as well. So this is an example of what I did with some of my clients. We literally sat on the call. We went through, like, I went with my clients, and this isn't even part of my offer, right? I'll help with content, but this isn't even part of my offer. But we went through, we found videos that were outliers, and we found at least 5 videos for each that were outliers of at least like 10 to 50, like literally on the call. So then they had topics that they knew were performing. We then went through and found formats, and then we went together and we found them kind of ideas, right? I just like joined up in their Discord lounge. Some people joined up, and now all of them had ideas, and then they had videos that actually performed because we just found formats that worked. We found topics that worked, and then it's just like a mix and match game, right? I literally took a thing like this, and I'm like, okay, I want you to do this, 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 and this, and then they're like, okay. And then they just did them. But that's the thing. Like sometimes you just simply need someone, because there's so many different formats. There's so many different topics. Sometimes you just need someone to say, just do this. Like, and then you don't have anything to overthink about. And that's kind of what I did as well. I'm like, okay, let me find a topic. Let me find a format, and let me just rip it. I just stopped like the overthinking of it. But that's what I do for them. I literally just like go like this, 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 this. And is there like a better way to do that? Of course. You could definitely do more research. You could definitely do a better way. But like, what's going to get them to actually do it faster? And that's what matters. You need the speed. And if they do it once, now the second one, okay, now we can actually go a little more in depth into how to do that. But I'll have it like planned out. And my clients all have access to like my personal Miro right here. They can all come in and they can look at everything that I do in here, because like I go through sometimes like this, for example, this was my client's calendar. We just went through and completely changed their calendar. I set them up with like the right to-do list, 30-minute timer. That's not in my thing either. But like I'm going above and beyond, because I know if I go above and beyond for them, they're going to go above and beyond for me. Like, but that's not even part of it. Same thing with like a video. My client posted this video. So we broke down why their video wasn't working, right? They were flexing. He said, I believe I found the best way to lose fat for me, but is it best for you? And he had no text hook. So we like slightly changed it. This was just like an example of what he could post. I think that yeah, this is just, I just made it here. But I was like, do a different visual, change the hook, and have like intentional text. So just like going like in depth sometimes with like certain clients, because they can see, even if you're not going in depth with them, they can see you're going in depth with other people. And then they're going to realize that you actually care. But yeah, all of them have this. I recommend giving your clients like access to like your thought process, because then they can come in at any time and they can just look at it. Okay.
No, super useful, bro. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
good. Appreciate that.
You guys have any formats that have ripped that I can try that have worked?
Mine are like super like specific for like my audience, so it's like the most random stuff. But like I think that I'll probably do what you do as well when I find these formats, where it's just, you know, you look at your ICP kind of following list, see who they're following, and then just kind of in the last maybe like 6 months, see what formats ripped for them, and just like replicate. Right. Obviously, you know, follow the structure and then plug in your better. Yeah, exactly. But that normally works for me quite a lot. That's how I like manage to grow over like 300K across TikTok and Instagram. But I'd probably say, yeah, like you were saying, like trying all the different content formats out, like you need to, because you don't know what's going to resonate more with you, with your audience.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, like too, I was just like, I hated trying these new videos because it took effort. It definitely did. Like, and it was so annoying. But I don't know. I was just like, Well, I just raised my standard from, I guess, like trying a new format every once in a while to, okay, let me try a new format every single day. And I just made that my standard. And that's kind of what you have to do. Like, if it's not your standard, then you're just never going to do it. And I raised my standard for my clients too. I'm like, why are you not testing a format every day? Like, you just posted a low effort video. Like, post a high effort one with it. But that's pretty much all I did. And then what I'll do, I feel like I would just scroll like on my account that's like built for my ICP, right? And as soon as I see 2 videos that are the same format that performed well, I'll take note of it. I'll literally just save it, and then I'll go back, and sometimes I will then, all the videos that I saved, I'll send those to my clients, and I'll be like, do you like this? And if they're like, yeah, I'm like, perfect, now it's a format that works, and I'll rip it immediately. But it's just as soon as I see it, because you got to get ahead of the curve sometimes. You got to get ahead of it. I saw a format. I have a few that are like saved up. I noticed like 3 people do them, and every time it performed well. So I have them saved up, record, and everything like that, ready to post.
Thankfully. How long was your how long ago was your 2.1 mil video? 2.8, sorry, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Have you tried posting that on Trial Reels since?
I have, yeah. It went crazy.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
That's a super hack as well. Like a lot of the videos that you can just whack it on Trial Reels again. They'll find you new followers.
Yeah, exactly, bro, exactly. I don't even use it as much as I should, like at all. But I definitely should use it more. I just know they nerfed it recently.
It's just a quick question, right?
Yeah.
So obviously the type of content that you're posting is very top of funnel. I used to read that a lot as well, which grew my account very quickly. But I felt that I kind of lose that connection with my audience. So do you how often do you read like middle funnel content, or is it just like truly through YouTube, or how do you balance that?
Yeah. So I kind of do like half and half. Because like the videos that when I post like a top of funnel video, it performs like so much better. I do half and half where I'll post like a top of funnel and then I'll post like a middle. And I just do 50-50. And I guess like not specifically 50-50 because I do bottom of funnel too sometimes, but that's pretty much it. And then YouTube will be like, I start doing more of like less highly educational videos on YouTube and more of just like me kind of like raw talking about topics to kind of like really get that connection in. And I had people tell me like this video, like I heard something I really needed to hear. But I was giving like the same amount of information. But I think that's kind of what I did. It's about 50-50 now, where it's really getting in a lot of people and then like really can bring them over. And I don't do it just like a ratio. You have to know what your audience needs. If you need to get in more leads, then you need to be posting more top of funnel. If you get in, like, for example, I just got in literally hundreds. Like, I don't need to post top of funnel right now. I need to post middle of funnel. So it's that too. Like, just switch it up as you go. Like, if you have tons of leads, you don't really need more top of funnel right now.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Right. And by middle of funnel content, is it just like valuable content, or is it more like connection type of content?
So what I do is, again, like I look at what my audience needs. So if I'm in the DMs and everyone is talking about the same thing, for example, a few months ago, a lot of people were dealing with like their offers. So I made a YouTube video on offers, like on straight up how to do it. I posted like middle funnel on Instagram of how to do it. And now it's a lot of people on content ideation. So I just changed it up. I'm posting like informational video, but I'm also doing connection. So what I did to kind of like have those go hand in hand, let me show you. I knew I wanted to do both. I posted a video where I was on a call with my client talking about content ideation. So he said, how do I make better hooks? And I said, when you're making a video, you can think, does this make people? And then I talked about it, right? So right here, I was kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, give someone like information, but at the same time, like show me in like kind of an authentic way. I think about it as there's a video. Do you guys know Nick Setting? He posted a video on it where it was documented versus undocumented content. Documented content is when you like set up your camera to record. Like you set up your camera, you script it, you say something. Undocumented content is where your camera's just recording what you're already doing. So what I started doing is with my more valuable videos, I started doing them undocumented, where I was already doing it. Maybe I was going over something with a client, or I was just telling a story, and I would teach through that in my short form, but I would teach through actual sit downs in my long form. That way people could still get the information in the short form, really build a connection, and like have them DM you saying like, I feel like I already know you. But in the YouTube, that's where they'd be like, wow, like you just gave me so much information, like so much information. The YouTube video that I sent people to as well, like it needs to be extremely valuable. Like in the tier list video, I send them to a video that walks through like everything. It walks through so much, and it's so informational where people come back. I just had someone watch it and join yesterday because they said it's more valuable than any program they've been at. They're like, well, you taught me more in this YouTube video than I learned in a program. And it's like a 20-minute YouTube video. So you need to give them something extremely valuable too from a connection video, or like from that, so that they like feel like they know you too, right? I think it's just
Right.
like less of straight value, more of like why not add a little story? Why not talk about something in it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think it's just about being more intentional as well, right? Understanding what your audience need.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
just listening more in the DMs.
Yeah, it's a lot about it because I recently just like fired my setter just because bro slacking. But even when I did have him, what we had him do, let me show you. We had him list out every single like thing that our people would say about like pain points, goals, objections. So as soon as they said one of these, we made a video on it immediately. Like the next day, we'd have the and I think that was big too, because like we had people close because they had an objection to DMs, and instead of handling DMs, we posted a video over it on it instead the next day, and then they saw it. My client Carter, he was just super hesitant on like investing, like he's never invested. So instead of trying to handle him in the DMs, I posted a video on it. I posted on my story about it, like a middle of funnel video. And he was like, bro, I saw your video, and it made me realize like, yeah, I need to do it. And he closed. Like, so it's using like your content. Your content doesn't need to be like some like the crazy thought process. And I think a lot of the time, like you might even be posting information that they don't even need at the time. Right. So why not know, like, you know that people are in your DMs, you know they're watching. If they have the problem, someone else does too. So just show it to them when they need it. And that's kind of my thought process behind middle of funnel.
Can you show me that video you made when you said about investing into yourself, please?
Yeah, that was a while back, but let me see. This is an example of one. This isn't the exact one, but let me show you this.
Here, I went from working at a restaurant that I absolutely hated.
Let me show you.
In less than a year, I went from working at a restaurant that I absolutely hated to running a multi-six-figure online business at 19 years old. Earlier today, I just went and got food at the restaurant I used to work at, and it was a surreal feeling. And it was kind of a reminder that your life can change extremely fast. But it's also a reminder that you have to continually raise your standards, or you will stay the same. I was already making money before I quit my job, but I really started taking off when I did quit. And the reason I started taking off wasn't because I had more time, but it's because I raised my standards. And I got away from all the people who made me feel like I was making a lot of money. If you're making 5 times the amount of money as everyone else around you, you're going to feel rich. But if you're the underdog and you're making 5 times less than everybody around you, you're going to get rich. Quitting my job allowed me to then surround myself with people who were 5 steps ahead. And that forced me to actually get there. Your life can change extremely quickly, but you need to raise your standards and surround yourself with new people in order to actually allow it to. In less than a year, I went.
So for this as well, like the video could very well be like, you need to invest in yourself. Like you need to invest in yourself. But when you're making like middle of funnel too, it's like, how can I broaden the reach? How can I expand it? How can I like get more eyes? So I kind of changed it up, right? I did instead of straight up saying invest in yourself, I'm like, what can I say instead? Like surround yourself with the right people, because like that means joining a mentorship. So it's like these where you don't need to straight up say it either. It can be like more like, I guess, like conditioning them into it. But that would be an example. I also posted another one down here. Maybe this one. No, not that one. Maybe this one.
As someone who else.
Nope.
So right now it's about.
Yeah, I don't know where it is, but
When I started coaching, I invested into a program that was $3K, and I only had $300 to my name. And I was scared. Like, I didn't know how I was going to make it back. But I knew that in order to get over that fear, in order to look at 3,000 and not think it's a big number, I had to step out of my comfort zone and I had to actually go with it. That same mindset can be applied to any number, any amount, in any program. But I made the money back because I knew that I was going to make it happen, regardless of what it took. And that can be applied to $5, $10, $15,000 programs. If you're wanting to make 10, 20, 30K a month, but you're looking at a 5K investment, thinking that's a huge number, that goes to show that you're not ready yet. And the only way to get ready isn't to get over the fear, but
like that. I'm not straight. I'm not talking to them, right? It makes it look like it's less documented because like I'm not talking to the camera. So I think when I do something that's more direct, it's more like direct teaching. I do it, try to get it more casual, right? Where it's like just me chilling in my room instead of me like straight up talking to my thing, especially when it's saying something like invest, because that's like the most straight up thing you can possibly say. So if you're doing that and you're like, you have to be investing in yourself, like people are going to be like, who is this? Like, why is this guy telling me to invest? You know what I mean? He's a scammer. But if I'm doing it and it's like a more podcast style, like I'm answering someone's question and like I'm getting vulnerable about how investing changed my life, they're going to want to feel the same way, right? They're going to want to feel the same way. Like I did for the client interviews, that's like a good example. Client interviews are positioned as value, but they're really made to make people want to feel the same way, right? Like, sure, you can go into value, you can go into like, how did they change? But really you're asking the questions to know, like, how does your client feel now? Because that's what's going to sell people. Like people aren't going to buy just because of the numbers. Any coach can get them those numbers, right? Or maybe not, but like any coach can get the numbers, but can any coach get their client to feel like that? Because they're only watching your client. And I think that's kind of the way that I do everything. Instead of making a video saying, oh, my client just hit 20K, I made this instead.
bro, how does it feel?
It feels pretty fucking good, bro.
Not even 2 days ago, we had a talk on like mindset.
Like this, because then people are going to watch that and they're like, hey, I watched your video on the thing and like, it really shows that you care about your clients. Like people say that from this video. I have people literally tell me in the DMs, I saw the video you have pinned and it shows you really care about your clients. But it's because these direct things, like my client made this result. No one's gonna watch that. How can I broaden it? Show a reaction. And that like one kind of mindset switch completely changed my entire content. All right, I have nothing really else for you. If anyone else has any content you want to cover, you can run it, you can cover it. And like keep in mind, content was not my strong suit. Like I struggled with content a ton just a few months ago. Like you can get your content dialed so extremely quickly and it will completely change your business.
Yo, I appreciate all the free game. Like you didn't have to do this. You're going crazy.
No, I got you.
I'm over here just in my notes, taking a lot of free game. One question, or I have a few questions. I recently stumbled across that Nick setting video too with the undocumented content. How has that been working for you?
It's been working very well. It's been working well. It hasn't changed the like reach that I've gotten, but it's changed how people react to it. All right, later, man. Yeah, it's changed. It's changed how people react to it, and I've straight up seen it in the DMs. I'll be talking to people in the DMs, and immediately when I did it, and people will say how a video made them feel rather than the information in it.
Right.
And then I can just send them to YouTube where they get the good information. But I think like that's the thing that a lot of people struggle with, especially when they post like extremely like educational based content. They struggle to make their audience feel anything. So I just kind of worked around that. By now it's just like, okay, well, I'll just teach a client, and whatever they feel, then the person is going to subconsciously feel the same thing.
That makes perfect sense.
It's worked very well for me.
And I've also noticed you have a lot of those
like Blackboard.
89, yeah, Blackboard. So you already know what I was about to say. Is that because of the format, or is that just what you wanted to do?
So I do it because it makes the videos, I can record them like horizontally, and I feel like it makes them like more like it's a set time. It's like, oh, we're getting a little insight to like what he's doing. And I think that's huge because like one, I think it looks cool because I can have like the text hook, but two, it's like if something's working, stick with it. And now, like, you noticed that, like, my videos are like that. Now when you see another video, subconsciously you're gonna think of my videos. So it's like, stick to something and stick to it, because
Right.
then people are going to, until it doesn't work anymore. But I think something with that, like a black border, it's never not gonna work. It's just a subtle, like, creativity, like, thing,
Right.
right? It's like a creative choice. So I did that, and again, I'll have people say, yeah, like, oh, I see that you always are doing the black border videos. I'm like, oh, so you're always seeing my content. Like, that's kind of what I
Yeah.
like, why I do it.
I would be curious to see if it would perform better if it was full frame.
Yeah. I mean, I've done videos that are full frame, and after I started doing the black border, they perform worse full frame now. So,
Very interesting.
but like, I prefer it that way. I'd rather do it. Yeah.
Makes
Some
sense.
videos have full frame, but majority of them aren't. They're the black
Fair
borders.
enough. Fair enough. But that's all I really got for you. I mean, you had a lot of value. Next time I'm on here, I hope to bring more value.
No, you're good, right? You're good. Just spitting sauce. No, I mostly just wanted to do this just to, like, I don't know, just because I did it with my clients and they got a lot of value with it, just breaking down the video. So, like, why not do it for more people? I'm not doing anything this morning. That's kind of why I did it.
Actually, you know what? One more question. How often
Yeah.
are you filming? Because you mentioned that you do things quickly. Are you batch filming, or you just see something and film it?
Both. I'll have intentional filming days. But since content was my problem, like, every day, every single day, like, but I'll batch. And then also when I think of a new idea, film it on the spot, because, like, you don't have time to wait,
Right.
especially in this industry. So that's what I'll do. But yeah, typically like every day I'll film,
Makes
either
sense.
batching or YouTube or just like a quick video. But yeah.
Are you also editing every day, or do you have an editor?
I have an editor, but some videos I will edit myself. If I'm like, no, I need to get this out right now, I'll edit it myself. So I edited both the 22 Rules for Success and the tier list videos, actually. And those ones perform the best, but they're definitely not edited the best. But, like, I was just like, no, I need to get this out. I literally, like, I saw the 22 Rules for Success video. I sat down. I was like, okay, how can I make this better? I just changed what it looked like. I slightly tweaked it, and I made sure the order was correct. And I recorded it and got it done in, like, it was like done in like 20 minutes, and I posted it and it went crazy. Same with the tier list. I saw it and I'm like my client sent it to me. I'm like, okay, I need to do this right now. I had it up within 20 minutes. I think it's like the speed. You need to do the speed.
Speed is
like,
power. I'm trying to get that into my arsenal.
100%, man. 100%. You have to do it. But yeah, bro. I'm glad that you like the call.
You're going crazy, man. Like I said, one of my friends actually sent me your video. That 22 Rules one. I was like, yo, this is fire. I actually have it in my list to film, but I haven't filmed it yet.
Oh, bro, why not? What are you waiting for?
I'm trying to get the speed. I'm probably gonna film it right now after this call, literally.
You gotta, bro. You gotta. Holy. No, but I'm glad you liked it. I mean, we can run these up another time. I think now that people see kind of what it's like, we'll all have them pop off with content, and then we can all go over all of our content.
Great idea.
That'll be
Appreciate
cool.
you. I'm probably about to head out now, though.
Yeah, you're totally good. Me as
See
well.
y'all the next call.
Yes, sir. Later, man. All right. Either of you two have any questions? I see there's only two of you left, I think.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I just want to say the same thing as him, bro. Appreciate the advice you've been giving back and the feedback and everything, bro. Definitely
Yes,
next.
sir.
Are you gonna be like weekly calls? Or
No, this was just like a one-off thing. I was just like, oh, let's just run it. Because I'm just in the program as well.
Yeah, for sure. We have a call today, I think, right? Like with
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, bro. So much content game spin today.
I know, bro. That's definitely my number one issue is content. Like when I got on a call with Sue, bro, it was a content thing. I'm just trying to dial down on that. I guess I had a quick question, bro. When it comes to editing, what do you use to edit?
So when I do it myself, I'll just use CapCut on my phone. I'm not
On your
gonna lie.
phone? Okay. Fire. Yeah, because I have an editor, but then with my editor, he takes like 2 days to get back to me, so I gotta fix it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I know that they have like an arsenal of editors that you can go to and like source from.
Yeah.
I don't know if they let everyone do that, but you could definitely do that because they have a ton of people who are really good. I'm getting a new one from them as well. But
Fire.
I'll edit like videos. If I need to just get it out, I just edit it on my own because it's so much faster. Like I don't know why they take so freaking long, but it's
I know, bro.
so
It takes
faster,
forever.
bro.
Like a thumbnail will be like 24 hours, which I know the thumbnails are like ChatGPT, but it's whatever.
Wait, let me show you this, bro. I make all my thumbnails myself, actually, bro.
Really?
And, yeah, I think these are heat. These on CapCut, bro. Wait, hold on, let me show you. I'll basically come in here and I'll like make like mock-ups examples, and then I just made this in ChatGPT. No AI or anything, bro. I cooked, bro. I cooked.
You did this yourself? No way.
Yeah, I literally just went into CapCut and I just like posted in overlays and did it. But I made these so freaking fast. But again, even with these outliers, bro, the key to content is outliers. I found like ones that already worked for all of them. I found like text that worked. So this made me 3K at 17. I repeated like a similar thing. But like, bro, like everything you should be going off of like outliers and do not guess on content whatsoever.
And then when it comes to YouTube videos, bro, would you say you're more focused on pushing out YouTube videos or reels? I guess, or is it most of both?
It's both. It's both. YouTube video every 5 days, and then a reel minimum one a day. That's what I do.
Okay. All right, fire, bro. Again, bro, I appreciate the advice, bro, and all the sauce you dropped, man.
Yes, sir. Bro. I got you.
All right, man. I'm probably gonna head out. I'll see you around in the other calls then, all right, bro?
Yes, sir. Have a nice day, man.
Yeah, bro. Have a good one.
Later.